Hi, we're Lance and Chad. I'm Lance.
And I'm Chad.
And we practice Filipino martial arts. In this particular video, we're going to be discussing the number 12 angle of attack, which comes down straight over the top, and we'll be discussing some of its pitfalls or potential pitfalls and the potential successes that come along with a number 12.
All right. So as Lance mentioned, there can be some problems with the number 12 depending on how you execute it. Sometimes when we're learning or we're demonstrating, we'll make a large movement to demonstrate the angle that it comes at, which is straight down like that toward a target like the head, possibly the collarbone or the shoulder. However, if we keep those movements big, they're relatively easy to defend. The 12 is just a particularly good example of that. So if I keep my 12 really big like that, it's very easy for Lance to just move out of the way one direction or the other and avoid it completely. He can also easily parry and or check my stick hand as he's moving offline, and he can hit it with his stick. So the fact that it's coming at this particular angle makes it super easy, and if it's really big, it makes it super easy to see and to compensate for. So it's a good reminder for us to shrink our movements down and to keep things a little bit closer in. So if I do that with the 12 instead, then what I get is this, which is he has to move a little bit faster because my movement is more efficient. He can still check or parry the stick a little bit, but notice he doesn't have the opportunity to hit my arm or my hand like he did before. And it's still pretty important for him to move offline because he doesn't want to get any of this on the way through. You'll notice that as he's doing each of these defenses, the things that are in common is that he's parrying my stick hand as much as he can. He's using good offline movement, and he's keeping his stick in play by making contact with my stick just to be sure that there isn't any follow through on my part that gets him. But it forces him to do all of these things when this movement is nice and short and everything is in very tight. So how does this work into the drill?
So to review the last couple of videos that we've done, which was the starting point of our drill, we began with kind of a number 1 strike that we augmented with the toppy block, being able to strike down at Chad. Chad's defense was of course trying to hit my stick hand and then using single sinawali to follow that up and try and get my hand. This forces me to bail out of the way. Our next video discussed striking sort of from the number 2 side. We initiated from the 1, but then using abanico corto brought us over to the number 2 side, and Chad's defenses followed up the same way, causing me to bail out of the way. And in my movement offline, that sets up Chad for a great opportunity to thrust a number 5, which I have to parry and continue to move out of the way. Now you can see I'm chambered here, ready for the number 12 attack that Chad just described, and I get to strike down straight at Chad's head. He moves offline, does the parrying action, and now we get to continue on with Chad being able to execute that part of the drill. So he repeats it. And now we can use this as kind of a give and take and go back and forth with a 1, a 2, a 5, and a 12. And Chad repeats a 1, a 2, a 5, and a 12. And then we get to just keep this going back and forth using all of those movements that we just discussed. Just like that. So to summarize, what we've just done is we've taken the 1, 2, 5, 12 drill, modified it just a little bit for efficiency's sake, and what we've taken are some of the important details, such as trying to attack the hand, keeping my hand moving so that it doesn't get attacked, moving offline, and continuing to get to the offense right away as Chad strikes this 5, and we continue to move and strike in a give and take fashion.
All right.
Thanks a lot for watching. That's all we've got for now.